If you have written down in your CV a skill called problem-solving skills, make sure to stay tuned until the last minute of this video, as you really need to know about the decision making in 7 steps. My name is Julia George. I used to fly for Qatar Airways for 10 years, where I have resigned from my last work position as a cabin service director. I'm currently living in Germany and I'm studying master studies in aviation management. You are watching my mini aviation management course specially designed for you. If your CV has been shortlisted and you have progressed to the next stage, congratulations! You need to know that from now onwards, every interaction that you're going to be having with the recruitment team is going to be with one and only reason. They would like to know whether all those skills that you have written down in your CV are actually what you speak about yourself. Many of you have shared with me that the recruiters have been asking you tricky questions such as, you are a receptionist, you've got 4 guests that are ready to check in, but you've got only 2 rooms that are ready. So to whom you are going to be giving the room first? In this simple scenario, all the recruiters want to see is how you are bringing a decision to whom of those 4 guests that are waiting at the check-in counter at the reception desk you're going to decide to give the rooms. And they want to know your decision-making process, because in your CV, you have written down that you possess a problem-solving skills. When it comes to the problem-solving skills, we agreed that your knowledge about the decision-making technique will be a statement confirmation whether you are good at problem-solving and whether you possess those problem-solving skills. But is that all? Isn't that why you're supposed to know about the decision-making techniques, or there is much more than that? Now we're coming to the most important point of the decision-making about the cabin crew and why the cabin crew should possess and should know about the decision-making techniques. Now, the importance of the cabin crew decision-making to aviation safety has been established through loads of accidents analysis. Cabin crew judgment and decision-making have been sites and causes or contributing factors in many accidents in the commercial air transport, unfortunately. As a cabin crew, you are required to make decisions based on issues such as passengers' behavior or unwanted flight circumstances where the safety of those on board the aircraft, including yourself, is crucial. As you know, safety is the most important part of your job as a cabin crew. Decisions of this kind can involve the best way to deal with the drunk or aggressive passengers, from deciding whether to let them to remain on the aircraft for the flight or work out to how to best confront or interact with them during the flight. Cabin crew have on certain occasions had to make the call to restrain aggressive or unruly passengers and to ensure the safety of other passengers on board as well. This is the last resort, but on the other hand, the enclosed environment of an aircraft is no place to take a risk. And don't worry, the recruiters will not ask you how to restrain a passenger on board the aircraft, but the recruiters would want to know what are the steps you're following when you are bringing a decision. As aviation management master students, we're learning about 7 steps that are important when it comes to the decision-making process. Here they are. Define objectives, analyzing data, develop options, evaluate options, make a decision, execute the decision, and check the results. Now let's implement what we have said about these 7 steps into the answer or a possible answer to the question when you will be answering in front of the recruitment team. Let's say to whom you're going to give the room first, who's going to be your priority, how are you going to bring that decision. So you can always start by, I'm going to be defining the objectives and what I'm dealing in this situation. So in this situation, I've got 4 customers and I'm going to be analyzing data for those customers, where they're coming from, how long was their previous flight, who needs assistance immediately, who can wait in terms of the elderly people, the special handling customers will be the ones who will have a priority. Perhaps to the businessman, I'm going to offer the business lounge. But prior to that, I'm going to know what are the resources available to the hotel to work with, such as the restaurants, such as the butler service, so on and so forth. So perhaps you're going to divide to whom, as I have mentioned earlier, to whom you're going to give the room first, based on the analyzing data, based on the developing option, and based on the evaluating whether those options you have developed are applicable in this situation or not. Then you're going to make a decision, and you're going to say, based on the analyzing data I have done, based on the developing options, based on the evaluating the options, I have brought a decision in which I am going to give the room first to the wheelchair customer who's not being able to wait and is my priority, and I'm going to give the room to the mother with the infant who also needs to change her baby, and I'm going to ensure that she is well and comfortably assisted to her room, and I'm going to give a business access to the business lounge and a complimentary breakfast to the businessman. And also, if another person is there, we have mentioned 4 persons, this scenario can be modified as per the recruiter's team imagination, how they have imagined it and how they want to know whether you possess those problem solving skills. And that's not important at all. What is important is the circle of the 7 steps. We've come to the point where you're going to bring a decision. Then you're going to execute the decision. What does that mean? You're simply going to give the rooms to the 2 rooms that are ready, and to the rest of the customers, you're going to send them whether in the business lounge or for a complimentary breakfast, as we have mentioned. Very important, what you're supposed to mention in front of the recruitment team is that you're going to say, I'm going to be checking on my customers. I'm going to see how is my special handling customer doing, well and comfortably seated. Make sure that they know that they can contact us at the reception desk at any time. I'm going to check the businessman. How was the breakfast? Is there anything we can bring to him? I'm going to check the other customer as well, whether we can bring and do something for them in the meantime when the rooms are getting ready. And last but not least, I'm going to be coordinating to see whether the housekeeping has been done with the rooms, and I can give those rooms available as soon as they are available to the customers. If you implement all these 7 steps and you ensure that the recruiters that you have followed these 7 steps when it comes to the decision making in this problem solving situation, or in this scenario where you have been solving a problem, I can assure you that you are going to secure yourself the job at 40,000 feet. Thank you for completing the first series of the mini aviation management course, where you are learning about aviation and you're learning about the cabin crew job responsibilities and role from a totally different point of view. And I strongly believe that you're going to click subscribe, you're going to hit the notification button for the many videos that are coming, which are going to be part of the mini aviation management course that I have designed over here on my YouTube channel and present to you the aviation, as I have said, from a totally different perspective. Bye bye and have a nice day.